Welcome to StonkRose, the reflexive optimizer of signal enhancement. Every day after market close, our system generates forecasts for the next 1 to 3 trading days. These are stocks from the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq Stock Exchange that are forecasted to increase during these time periods. Before market opens, we send out an email with these forecasts along with a post on Twitter of our cryptographic hash for the forecast file. 3 days after the forecasts are made, you can download the original CSV file to compare with the Twitter hash post to validate our forecasts. This is the StonkRose services page where you can preview samples or subscribe. We're currently running a free beta. Once you join the free beta, you get an email on the instructions for subscribing. Basically use these subscribe functions here. You have tier 1 and tier 2 options. Tier 1 gets you day 1 forecast lists. These lists are for same day entry and exit. You have the stonk symbol on the left side and the category column, which is the strength group that Rose AI is designed to place strongest stocks in Bloom, then Signal, then Drift. The target entry price is always the previous day close from when the forecasts were made. The target exit date corresponds to the time period for the forecast. Estimated accuracy is how well the model thinks it can predict increases for this strength group. Recent average accuracy is the back-tested accuracy for this strength group in this model configuration. Same goes with the estimated returns and recent average returns. Tier 2 expands coverage to days 1, 2, and 3, plus cross-day lists like Stonk List and Stonk List Long. These help you spot momentum that carries across multiple days. Now let's look at the dashboard, where the real story of StonkRose plays out. The first chart we'll look at is the Stonk Index. It's a collection of all the stocks in each of the lists, a simulation of investing across all forecast lists, and strength groups and time frames. Here you can see 3 lines. The normal line, which represents all stocks in the forecast lists, the executed line, which represents stocks that traded below their target entry price, and the S&P 500 baseline. Notice the pattern? The normal line increases in value while the executed line decreases in value. What does this mean? It means that if you placed a limit buy order at the target entry price for every stock, you'd actually lose value over time. But if you include only the stocks that never dipped below their entry price, you would see significant gains. The normal line shows all stocks, so the difference between the normal and the executed line are the population of stocks that did not trade below their target entry price. So this spread between the 2 lines is the value created by that group of stocks. If we look at the accuracy lines, which show the daily accuracy and the number of stocks in each of the executed and normal simulations, we can see that the fraction of stocks that never trade below their target entry price is around 10%, or 7 to 12 stocks at any given day. This small fraction over time represents about a 38% spread between the executed and the normal line. And remember that the forecasts include some obvious losers, like reverse split stocks or bad news plays. There's room to remove these manually and further boost the overall gains. The second chart we'll see, which is also an overview chart, is the list types aggregated. This simulation invests across every stock in each list type, combining strength groups and forecast time periods. Here we see that day 1, day 2, and day 3 forecasts consistently outperform Stonk List long and Stonk List cross-day forecasts. As StonkRose continues to evolve, we aim to lift performance across all list types, including executed simulations. Next up is the individual list type chart. This separates each list type, but still combines the strength groups inside them. Here you'll notice a clear ranking. Day 1 outperforms all others, followed by day 3 and day 2. And the Stonk List long forecasts. The only consistently negative performers are the Stonk List Day 1 and Stonk List Day 3. This confirms what we've seen before. Day 1 list captures the highest upside. Day 3 shows steady gains and lower risk, while the Stonk List has lagged behind the others. Now let's zoom in on day 1 forecast chart. Here you can see performance broken down by strength group. The Bloom group leads by far, showing around 143% gains in the last 3 months, followed by Signal and Drift. That makes sense. Rose AI is designed to place the strongest candidates in Bloom, then Signal, then Drift, and most of the gains in Bloom did come from a handful of massive winners. This chart illustrates why day 1 Bloom group stocks are so powerful for momentum traders. The next chart is the day 3 forecast list chart. Interestingly, here we see that many executed lines are still positive. That means even stocks that traded below their entry price often recovered and delivered gains by expiration. This makes sense. With longer holding times, there's more opportunity for volatility and also time for stocks to rebound. The only weak group here is the executed drift line, which is still borderline positive. The bottom line here is day 3 forecasts are lower risk, probably lower reward, but they're also less punishing if a stock dips below entry. Of course, there are more charts here, including multiple views of Stonk List and Stonk List long. These help show how stocks behave when they appear across multiple forecast periods. In a future video, I plan to do a deep dive on all 13 charts. Below the charts on the dashboard, we see the version changelog, and below that, we see the historical forecast files, which can be chosen by date to pull up any of the previous historical forecast files, and it also shows the returns for all the forecasts from any given day. You can also download the original forecast CSV file to compare with the timestamped hash. We also have column descriptions that correspond to these historical files and the daily email subscription tables. Finally, let's visit How It Works page. This page gives us a workflow for the recommended use of StonkRose forecasts. Basically, after reviewing the charts and understanding the strategy you want to implement, every morning you will wake up and go through the forecast lists, focusing on high strength group, high recent prediction accuracy and return groups, and filtering all the stocks based off of criteria related to stocks that you would want to invest in, and looking at technical as well as fundamental data points. The recommended approach is the momentum strategy. Use the target entry price as your stop loss. Enter trades early, ideally in the morning period between 7 and 11. When momentum is strongest, stocks tend to peak in the afternoon. Don't chase dips or wait for perfection. Trade into strength. Pay yourself by taking profit and cutting losers quickly. The strategy works because most of the gains are concentrated in stocks that never trade below their entry price. We use forecasts as a filter and momentum as the driver. So that's StonkRose, transparent AI forecasts backed by cryptographic proof and delivered daily. Join the free beta today, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and connect on Discord after subscribing to get live forecasts before market opens. Trade smarter, trade into strength, trade with StonkRose. These forecasts shown in this video are for informational and educational purposes only. They do not constitute financial or investment advice. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results, and trading stocks always carries risk, including the risk of losing your principal.